Hello, I read Grandpa Green by Lane Smith. Lane Smith is also the illustrator. It was published by Roaring Books Press and it was copyrighted in 2011. It's a picture book and it's also contemporary realistic fiction. It's about 32 pages, and I would say that the appropriate ages for this book are about 5 to 7. Basically, in this story, this is Grandpa Green, and this is his great grandson. And the great grandson is just walking through his grandpa's garden, looking at everything, all of the sculpted shrubs and trees, and he can see all the memories from his grandpa's past, from getting chickenpox as a kid to going to war to meeting his wife and getting married. And so it's really cool. And in the end, it talks about how Grandpa Green is really old now and he can't remember as much, but it says that the garden can remember all the important things for him. And so it's really cool. You can see, like, this is when he went to war, a plane, and his parachute, and then him meeting his wife, and getting married. It's their big cake. And so the illustrations, I love them. They are super detailed, and you can feel yourself after every page, like, getting excited to turn the page because you know it's going to be something new and fascinating. And so I think that the illustrations were done with pencil or pen to do the characters and the tree roots and branches, and then just regular paint for the tree leaves and stuff like that. I want to say that the setting, it takes place in present day because he talks about how his grandpa was born before there were any technology and TVs and cell phones and stuff like that, and so I know that it's somewhat recent in the years. Sorry. And then I also think it takes place during the spring because they're wearing short sleeves and the trees are full of leaves and they're all bright green. And so, yeah, the theme, I believe, is just family and grandparents and being close to them. Really, because every grandparent gets old. It's just a part of life. And so, yeah, I think that it's just about love and being close to your grandparents and family. There wasn't much interaction between the characters. It was mainly just the great-grandson walking around, looking at all of the sculpted shrubs and all the memories. And then I think that this is a good book for children just because they can relate to it. They all have grandparents, hopefully, that they're close to, and they all get old. And so I know that for me, this gave me a whole new look. It made me think of when I was last summer when I had to interview my grandparents, and I learned a lot of new stuff from them, and I looked at them in a whole new way because I had no idea that their past had been so interesting. And so, yeah, and I also think, yeah, it just teaches them to ask their grandparents to tell them stories and creating a bond between them. And then I said that for the strategy or activity, I would bring green tissue paper and glue and cutouts of different letters of the alphabet, and each student would pick out a letter, preferably one that is like the first letter of their first name, and then they're going to crush the green paper up and glue it on so that they have a letter, and at the end they won't be able to see the cutout. It'll just be the green tissue paper spelled out as their letter, and so I think that would be really cool.